Okay, so this is the third most missed question, and it's actually a fantastic diagram that's loaded with a lot of rich options that we could explore. This question, however, asks us for a pretty straightforward piece of the problem. It says that angle A is circumscribed about circle O. So again, when we hear that circumscribed, we want it to be tangent to the circle on both sides. Alright, so the circle is going to wedge inside this angle perfectly. Now, we know when that happens that this side is congruent to this side. Alright, this and this are both radii, so we could bring that 3 over to the other side and drop a 3 there. Alright, and then this 6 down here, we could bring that up and put a 6 there. Now, the question on this particular problem is, what is the length of AC? Alright, and again, these two pieces, alright, let me highlight them for you real quick. Alright, this piece here, alright, and this piece here have to be congruent because they're two tangents that intersect outside the circle. Alright, so our answer for this one for segment AC is going to be 6. Alright, and that's all for this problem. Now, potentially a richer question that they could have asked you is they could have asked you what this angle out here is. If that did happen, it's actually not that bad to do. We just have to remember some stuff from early in the chapter. Alright, so if we were asking find measure of angle X, or we can call it by the other label, measure of angle A. Alright, what we'd probably have to do is we have an inscribed angle right there. Alright, and that's 65. So we know the arc it cuts off over here is going to be double that, or 130 degrees. Now, if that arc is 130 degrees, we get a central angle that's 130 as well. Alright, now, this is where we have choices. One thing we can do is we can remember that if A is circumscribed about circle O, that also tells us that we could fit that quadrilateral inside a circle of its own. Alright, and if we do that, we know the relationship between this angle down over here and this angle over here is supplementary. Alright, and if those are supplementary, I can take that 130. 180 minus 130 is 50. And I have a 50 degrees over on that side. Now, that would be a richer question in my opinion. But again, this one just asks us for the length of AC, so the correct answer for the original problem is 6. However, if they wanted you to find the measure of angle A, that's definitely something we could do, and it would be 50 degrees. Another option, if that one kind of stuck and you weren't sure about, we can also make that a little bit bigger so you can see it. All right, we could also cut this down the middle. And since these are tangents, we know that's a right angle and that's a right angle. All right, the 130 splits in half because of kite properties. So we get a 65 there and a 65 there. That leaves me with a 25 in each of these. And that would leave the entire angle at 50 degrees. So either way you cut it, it would still give you the same angle there. And that's the nice thing about these circle problems. There tends to be lots of ways to think of them. Hope that was helpful. See you soon.